Beware the bloat. The longer we're in business, the higher chance that we accumulate bloat along the way. And by bloat, what I mean is excess weight, excess things that don't serve us, things that are actually weighing us down, adding complications to our business rather than keeping things simple, because simplicity is ultimately what scales. The simpler you can keep your business, the higher chance of success you give yourself, whereas the more layers of complexity you add, and we all do it as we grow. You might start off with a super simple business model, and as you grow and you get more customers and they ask for more things, you add these layers of complexity either through team members or through service offerings. We all do it over time. So taking a regular audit to strip back and look at what is simple. Where am I bloated? Some of these areas that you might decide to review is, am I bloated in team? Have I added team members that I don't really need anymore? Do we have team members who have gotten comfortable, aren't performing, haven't been held accountable to what we need them to be accountable for, and maybe they're just taking the piss a bit and they're enjoying the ride and they're not adding the value that they need to? So that bloat may mean you need to, cut them down to part-time or give them the boot, or it could just be simply you need to have a conversation to say, hey, time to step up. Step up or step off. And so there can be a lot of bloat in team. The other area that businesses like mine and many other online businesses in today's world is in subscriptions. We've all done it. We subscribe, we buy this thing that's only a couple of dollars a month. We got this subscription, we buy that software, we buy this, we buy that. And because it's a recurring monthly or annual payment on a credit card, we forget about it. We forget that we bought that. We forget that we're paying for it. Every now and then you see the email come through with the receipt, but it's just a couple of dollars a month. You're like, oh, I'll deal with it, or I'll still use it one day. Maybe I'll use it one day. And then you get a year or 2 years in and you realize you're still spending this money, and your subscriptions become a huge chunk of your expenses when you look at your profit and loss. Subscriptions are a huge area for bloat. So go through your subscriptions on a regular basis, whether it be quarterly, monthly, it really depends on you, or annually. You know your business and what you're doing, but go through your subscriptions and just decide, is this an investment? Is this a cost? Are we using this? Is this worthwhile? And just because you find something you're paying for that you're not using doesn't mean you need to get rid of it. It just means you need to ask yourself, is this still a worthwhile thing? And should I get rid of it, or should I start utilizing it like I originally planned to get the return on my investment? I think a lot of people go, oh, I'm spending money on a subscription, let's cancel it. And that's a good first start. But usually you buy these things with a purpose in mind. So rather than go, oh, I'm spending that and not using it, let's cancel it, go, I'm spending money on this, I haven't been using it, I bought it for a reason, does that reason still exist? Should I start actually making use of this subscription? So subscriptions is another area for bloat. Another area for bloat is in your offers, your products, the things that you sell. Service businesses in particular, but even physical product businesses, this can occur. But service businesses, we very easily start to complicate and add new things, or we do more ad hoc. And instead of having clients all on the same product, you've now got people on custom arrangements, and you've got a new product you've added because people asked for it, and it's actually creating the majority of your headaches in your business. And you really wish you hadn't done that because you weren't an expert in that, but you did it because someone wanted to pay you money for it and you decided to do it. So review all of your offers, all of your product lines, all your services, and ask yourself, have we bloated ourselves unnecessary? Should we kill this service offering? Should we streamline it? Should we combine it? What can we do to bring simplicity back to our offers? Another area that we can get bloated is in technical software systems. We've, disjointed and sticky taped things together, and we've used certain software, and then down the line we've changed to another software, but we've kind of not killed the old software, and we're now living in Google while also living in Notability or something, or Notion. And so you're across all these different systems, and now there's all this technical bloat of your systems haven't really been gone through and culled. If you've got custom software, you've probably got technical debt in what you've developed over the years, and it might be time to really flush that out and streamline it. And another area for bloat is just in general other costs. What are things that you may be paying for because you've always done it that way? You know, have you always gone on an annual trip? Have you always gone in person to a particular seminar? I used to always travel to the US for a specific seminar before COVID occurred. And then when COVID happened, it forced me to go, you know what? I don't have to jump on a plane and do that anymore. There are these costs that I just did every year because, one, I enjoyed it, but two, I'd always done it until eventually something disrupted it to go, ooh, do I need to keep doing that? Are you part of a coaching program that you've been there for years and you're still paying because you've been in that community, but it's no longer serving you or adding value? These are areas that there could be bloat in your business. Have you been working with a particular provider or accountant, someone who isn't really pulling their weight, but you're spending because you've just always used them, you've always worked with them, you haven't considered whether you truly need it or if there's a better solution? So just beware of the bloat. The longer you're in business, the more chances you've picked up this bloat, and it's time to go on a bit of a diet and trim the fat and find where that bloat is. Simplify your business back to basics. You've been listening to Entrepreneurs Rising. Thank you, dear listener, for tuning in. I appreciate your time and look forward to connecting in future episodes. If you would like show notes or any resources from today's episode, you can find them at rising.show. Rising.show. You can find show notes for this episode and all other episodes, as well as links to socials and the ability to reach out and connect with me, make your suggestions for future episodes. Until next time, keep up the journey.